Here we go. It's happening. We're doing it. It's what it is.
Full send.
Full send. Let's go. So, I guess welcome to Conventionally Unstable. Anyways, unstable. Love it.
Conventionally unstable, baby.
Totally qualified to talk.
Mm-hmm. I have a PhD in slow jams from Oklahoma University. So. That's not true.
I have my doctorate in sarcasm.
I'm actually a translator.
Well, you can translate my sarcasm into actual English then. There you go.
Yeah.
So who are you?
Who am I?
That's the question of the year.
It's a question I ask myself.
That's the question of my life. Who am I?
I wake up, look in the mirror, and I'm like,
who is he?
who is you?
Who is you? So who is you?
My name is Albert. Last name redacted. I want my information out there.
Oh my! You signed up for that when you decided to do this with me.
I mean, my name's already on the stuff.
I know.
Yeah, I'm Albert Roldan.
How old are you?
Like 27 at heart, but I'm 19 physically.
See, this is true. Oh my gosh. Anything you want them to know about you?
I personally really like apples.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's about it.
Wow. You're such an interesting human.
Sometimes.
Only on Thursdays.
And you, unnamed person who's
Me!
never had conversations with before?
I know. I've never had a conversation with you.
Ever.
Ever my whole life. My name is Ariella. I'm 27. And I don't have anything interesting about me. So, that's what it is. There is nothing interesting about me. Like, let's be real. I'm just the most basic white person that you will ever meet. What?
That's cool.
I wear glasses, and that's cool to you?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't a large percentage of the population wear glasses? He's like, I don't know.
You have cool glasses.
I have cool glasses. That's different. See, just because you wear glasses doesn't mean they're cool. Oh, I got a tattoo yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
No.
Oh, wait. Try it again. I'm sorry. We're on the podcast mode. Whoa, really?
No way.
Oh, crap.
I got my 7th tattoo yesterday. And I love it.
That's a lot.
I know. Catch up.
Why do you have so many?
Get on my level.
I'm getting the first one next week. And I'm very excited.
Okay, well, come on. Get on my level. Let's go. So, should we talk about how we met? How long we've known each other? Why we're doing this? I don't have a reason why we're doing this, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, for me, I thought it was always more along the lines of just like, we're starting this during the middle of a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And, a lot of people are using their phones and a lot of electronics to find some sort of, not even purpose, but just like release from, the day-to-day stuff. And I figured, we're pretty funny people.
We're hilarious. And, I think we're funny.
A lot of people.
But we could be the only ones that think we're funny.
Yeah, exactly. Like, some people are going to watch this and they're going to be like, this did not spread positivity marriage.
This is just them fighting the whole time.
Yeah, that's kind of, why
that's
I go with this.
legit a thing.
Yeah, to make as many people laugh as I can.
Or as uncomfortable as possible.
Comfortably uncomfortable?
Comfortably uncomfortable.
Okay.
T.
If we're conventionally unstable, then we're chilling,
We went through a few names before this one.
A lot of them were just like
before we landed before we landed on conventionally unstable, it was emotionally unstable.
And we figured, why not, make us seem like actual law-abiding citizens. So.
We are. Some days.
Okay, I was gonna say you are. Oh my gosh.
Hey.
I was talking about like how I refer to I never that. So. But okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the
So,
main goal of this podcast
I
is
love
just,
that. Make people laugh.
yeah, make people laugh, spread joy.
We're freaking funny. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like, I like having conversations with Ari. She sometimes like having conversations
Hey!
with Michael Bucks, and that's me.
Yes, this is true.
So,
And
it works.
we normally FaceTime every Thursday anyway, so might as well take advantage of it.
Yeah, she's actually teaching me American Sign Language. She is a
He's hyping me up,
fluent
guys.
in the language. Of course I am. She's fluent in the language. She's been speaking it for over 10 years.
Isn't that crazy?
I have had 6 weeks, and
You're killing it.
my fingers hurt.
Killing. Guys, I can't begin to explain to you. This fool, I took sign language for 2 years in high school every single day. This fool does one class a week for 6 weeks. Freaking crazy. Love it.
You know, it's pretty
So
fun.
proud.
I like it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about how we met. How long have I known
Okay.
you?
This is really embarrassing.
I have
Let's
known
see,
you.
what? I was a
You're-
freshman or a junior?
Well, I've technically known you long time.
Yes.
So
That's
I've known
true.
you since you were like little.
Yeah, okay.
But
Oh,
we
wait,
didn't
no,
become
that's true.
friends.
We didn't become friends until I think my
5 years
sophomore
ago.
year? No,
Yeah.
because it all happened with that
Yep, that one
one
situation.
Um,
We're trying to be discreet about it.
we can't. It was a messy situation.
So, well, okay, so I've known you for a long time, but we didn't become friends until you were like 15. Right?
Yeah.
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 Which
Like 4
makes
years now, yeah.
makes me sound crazy.
Yeah.
Love
That's
that.
true.
But
It
let's
makes
be
people
honest.
sound like you were like,
Let's be real. I didn't really have a say in us being friends. And neither did you. I feel like it just happened.
yeah. I feel like you not like obviously you reached out to someone. No, like
No. It
no,
was
I
just
feel
like
we just like
one
I
day
feel like
we were
hung out together, and then I made a joke,
yeah,
and then you made a joke, and we were like,
this is
what if we
it.
just kept making jokes, and then we became best friends?
It's so weird. But it's really cool. We hung out camping. That was when we became friends.
Yes,
Was
that
when we were
that was
camping.
so funny.
And
because
I literally called you out in front of everyone.
yes. That was, for me, that was the moment I was like, okay, this girl's annoying.
Hey! But
The
then
moment where I was like, oh no, she's kind of cool is when we were all sitting down, and for some reason, none of the people in the group that we were hanging out, I think it was like 5 or 6.
there was a bunch
I'd
of
never
us.
seen the movie Cloverfield.
Yeah, and then we talked about it for like an hour.
And then me and her just like riffed off for like an hour, like just like telling
was
the whole story.
Crazy.
And then like, what happened? Oh, everyone's faces were like,
What is this
What
movie?
happened next? Like, whoa, what's going on? Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And we keep going. And then I had to go take my cousin somewhere. I had to go to the store and pick up some like ibuprofen or something. And we came back, and everyone was sitting there. And I was like, why is everybody sitting there? And then Ari was like, well, we didn't finish the movie. Like, as if we were like actually just sitting down watching the movie. Everyone was like, yeah, dude, obviously.
Like,
What
duh.
the heck is going on here? It was a ridiculous little story, but it was super funny.
But it was the
Yeah,
start of our friendship.
this conventionally unstable friendship. You know?
Yeah. So that's that. We're so cool.
Sometimes.
What kind of sparked us to do this was last week. Literally. This was a week ago. We had a full-blown conversation.
I remember a conversation that is.
And Kayla, my sister, was like, what are you guys talking about? And we literally were talking about, like, selling animals and apples and trading each other.
Yeah.
And it made no sense. But it was
But it
like,
made perfect sense.
it made perfect sense to us. And so I feel like that kind of was like, this conversation needs to be on a podcast because it would be so funny for other people to listen to our insanity.
Yeah.
It was
I think your sister literally said, like,
she did.
dude, this would be such a good podcast.
She did. She was like, you guys should have a podcast. And I was like, yes, we should. We've been talking about this, but we never really did it.
Yeah, and no one really showed any interest in it other than us. So it was like...
And then
like,
you, Mr. Popular, were like, I have so many people who want to do a podcast with me.
I had 3 other people say, hey, bro, we should do a podcast.
And then who hopped on that?
You should do a podcast. And then I was like, you know what? Yeah, I should.
T.
And then she was like,
we're doing
I'm a businesswoman, so I know how to do it.
Make it happen.
And so she started making it happen.
Guys.
And now here we are, a week later.
Sorry guys, I had to like pause this because we wanted to make sure it was recording. Albert rolled in, ignoring Ariella for 45 minutes straight.
No, I'm here. I just needed to go grab my laptop.
I was joking.
Well, now I feel it's out.
Wow.
So, that's right.
Are you in the dark?
Yeah.
You literally tell me not to sit in the dark.
Yeah, but you have a ventilation system in your room.
This is true.
And I am in a tiny broom closet.
Why don't you put a fan in there?
Does it look like there's freaking outlets in here?
I don't know. Get an extension cord.
That's also true, but extension cord is very true. I'm a freaking college student. I got like $2 to my name, and half of that went to my Chick-fil-A sandwich today. So...
oh my gosh. I would have Venmo'd you for food.
Don't make me sound like a hobo.
I'm not. I'm telling you what I would have done if you had said, hey, Ariel, I need money for food. See, guys, I'm a great best friend, first of all.
I never said you weren't.
No, I've had people tell me, like, Ariel, you don't pay attention to me. Probably because I don't
That's
want
not true.
Not you, other people. See,
you shouldn't advertise that when we're on a podcast. We gotta look nice to people.
I'm not, though. And I'm not going to lie to people. See, here's the thing. There's a perception, I think, of each of us that people have that might not necessarily be true. Facts?
Like what?
That I'm nice?
That's not... You're nice.
You put a question mark at the end of that.
You're nice.
See?
To specific humans.
Yes, exactly. But I feel like there's this whole idea that I am just nice in general. But I'm not. I'm situationally nice. Or is it...
That's true. Yeah,
or is it like specific people? Like, it's specific people.
I feel like it's a
situations.
specific person in a specific situation.
Yes, exactly.
If not to name names, a person you don't like was in a bad, not even like a bad place, but just like
being annoying.
Was sad about something that they did.
I wouldn't care.
Yeah, you wouldn't really care. But like, let's
really
say
mean.
it was me, and there's a situation that
I
wasn't my fault.
would be really nice to you.
Okay, so there's this one. If you had to choose between $1 million and being able to fly, which would you choose?
Oh no. That's
it's a
hard.
Tough question,
that's
right?
hard because I could see the benefit of both.
I mean,
but I also, here's the deal though. At some point, your $1 million is gone.
Not if you invest.
At some point, your $1 million is gone.
Okay.
But you can fly forever.
Yeah, but flying doesn't get you a job.
Neither does $1 million. You can't pay to get a job. You don't need a job if you have $1 million.
Have you seen half these universities?
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
Hey. We're not trying to be controversial here. We're just unstable.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, not controversial.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think.
I don't know, but like I could see both being beneficial.
Like I could see both. Like if I had $1 million, I'd
obviously buy
I'd be
a
able
house.
To pay.
But like
I don't know. I'm not a big house guy. Like I wouldn't buy a house.
I don't want to live at home.
I don't think I've ever. Well, okay. So listen, like I've never understood the concept of buying a house.
Really? Are you gonna rent the rest of your life?
Maybe.
Really?
I don't know. Because I feel like, okay, because look, like let's say I buy a house, right? Having a house is awesome.
This is true.
But I like moving.
You're down with moving?
Yeah, I'm down to move. I like moving to different places.
Like having,
I
like
experiencing new
yeah.
times, new places, you know, like meeting new people. I dig that type of stuff.
That makes sense.
But like, if you have a house, you're sort of stuck, like a little stuck, you know, like, well, because it's hard to sell a house. Like, you're like, oh, yeah, I have a house.
Right now it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like...
Like,
hey,
if you're trying to buy a house tomorrow and try to sell it tomorrow, it's not happening.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
But
also in
like
a
let's say,
pandemic.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. But like, I mean, if I was smart, I'd be like, yeah, let me buy a house, and then maybe like 5 years goes by,
Yeah,
and we're
wait.
like, okay, cool. God is sending us somewhere else.
Hmm.
Let's, yeah, I don't know, maybe keep this house and just rent it.
And now it's an investment property.
Yeah,
See what
like
I'm
it's
saying?
like,
So you're
see,
now
that makes
having,
sense to me, but I'm like,
yeah.
I guess, I've never understood the concept of like settling down, like in one place. Like settling down with a person makes sense. Uh,
But
but
like a
like settling
place.
down in like one town where everything's familiar to
Hmm.
you, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Like when someone's like, "Oh yeah, I've lived here for the past 50 years," I'm like, "Don't you get
Are you
bored?"
bored? Haven't you done everything?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you went to the same diner for 26 years.
Every old
Like,
person ever.
yeah. What are you gonna do now? Like, I
What
don't know.
more
Like, I'd
can
rather
you
be like,
do?
huh?
What more can you do at that point? You've literally lived there half of your life.
Exactly. So I'd rather it be I'd rather
Yeah.
be at this new place and then be like, oh yeah, you know what was really good? That place we were at like 3 years ago
Let's go
that had
back.
that taco place down the street. Oh, that's so good. I wonder what's around here. Then it
But
explores
see,
like
then if you could fly, you could just go back.
I forgot that was a part of this. I mean, I'd be down to fly. You know me. You know I'm like a super huge nerd
I
when it comes
know.
to any
Oh,
superpower.
y'all are
But
gonna
like,
figure this out so fast. This
oh,
fool will
it's
talk about Dungeons and Dragons for like days.
okay.
Don't even
That's
get me started.
fair, but
Fair? Yeah, no, it's not fair. It's a fact.
yeah, that was so funny.
Oh my god. See, Owen, I'm getting him started.
Yeah, I was like, hey
Dang it.
man, you opened up this can of worms.
Dang it. All right. Well,
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean, I'm a huge nerd when it comes to.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I know I am. To a lot of stuff. I love comic books. I love.
This is our segment called Get to Know Albert.
I guess so. I mean, yeah, I sort of
Team.
stumbled into this.
Let's go.
Yeah, my dad grew up watching a lot of comics, reading a lot of comics, and like seeing like the original animated shows and all that stuff. So he just like grew up with this love of like comics and video games. And so when I was born, he was like, "Well, heck yeah, my son's gonna love that stuff too." And so yeah, my dad taught me all about that stuff. So Marvel, one of my first words was Spider-Man. So I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
why you love
comic.
Spider-Man so much.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man's been around my entire life.
I love that for you.
If there's any superhero I could be, it would be Spider-Man. I'm not going to talk to
I
this
have
loser.
learned that there are certain things that I cannot debate with you.
Exactly.
And that is
And
one of
it's
them. So I'm just
comics.
gonna let it be. That
Heck yeah.
and Dungeons and Dragons are two things that I just am never gonna have that.
Yeah.
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 So would you rather have $1 million or fly?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. That's a really hard. Okay. Anyway, guys, we have no idea. We'd probably pay $1 million to be genetically enhanced to fly. There you go.
Oh my gosh. I feel like it would cost a little bit more than $1 million.
Yeah, we don't know. That's not even a thing yet.
How do you know? Government doesn't tell us everything. We're gonna die.
They don't tell us anything.
That's also true. But I'd be down to have $1 million.
I'm down with $1 million. I feel like I'd have a lot of things that I want to do.
I feel like if I had the ability to fly, I wouldn't be able to use it.
Yeah, like what would be the point?
Someone would shoot me down, and they'd be like,
sure.
"An alien! I did the Earth a boon." They're like, I saved the Earth from flying humans." And I'd be like, "Well, now I'm dead." So that sort of sucks.
And that was just pointless, exactly. So okay, so $1 million, there it is. Cool.
Okay. This is weird. This is really a random topic.
I love that.
You gotta guess.
I literally, when it comes to you, I have no idea. I feel like you would pick the most random
the topic,
stuff.
The topic is sheep.
And you said, that's the one!
That's the one. I saw it. It was the first one, and I was like, this is,
oh my god, that's so good.
This is the one we're going to end everything on.
That's the one. Oh my god.
Um,
Oh, sheep. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't have any opinion on sheep.
that's so funny because a lot of people are asking me stuff about animals, and they
Really?
get surprised that I have a lot of like. I wanted to be a zoologist for a while, so there was this phase that I went through, like ages 10 through 17. Now I just know a bunch of random animal facts.
Okay, so
like,
tell me some facts about sheep, man.
like sheep,
They make
they've
weird
been
noise.
domesticated and bred to the point where if they are not sheared, it actually endangers them. There is a case of this one sheep, I think his name is Odin or something like that went missing for like 8 years. When he was found, he had like over 20 feet of wool on him. He couldn't move, and he would shock himself by the static electricity that would generate from him trying to move. So he just stopped moving. And then they found him, they sheared him, and then he went back to being a normal lamb. Sheep, my bad. Yeah, I mean, even like the first correctly made genetic clone of any living creature that lived for more than like a week was a sheep.
Yeah.
Dolly the sheep.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That was funny because technically she wasn't her own mom. Because she had the same DNA.
This is true. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Also,
I think her name was Dolly.
Did you guys know that you came to this podcast to learn about sheep? Probably not.
Not me.
I didn't know. Surprise!
I didn't know I was going to be teaching about sheep. I want a weird YouTube segment of like some random channel.
Oh god.
That is just me giving weird topics and then having my opinion spoke about them.
I feel like that makes sense for you as a human being. Actually, the fact that we went from talking about flying $1 million to sheep makes so much sense.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, man, we really just hopped around from Albert topic to Albert topic.
Oh, we were talking about you. I feel like this whole thing is basically going to be us getting to know you.
Why?
Because you literally talk so much.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're not wrong.
I'm not.
Another thing you learned about me.
Surprise! Albert likes talking.
Right.
Hence the podcast.
That is accurate. I think that's why people are like, dude, you'd be so good for a podcast.
I know.
Because you don't shut up.
You love. I don't want to say this like in a bad way. Like you really love talking.
I don't know how to not take that
like
in a bad way.
Not about.
I don't like the sound of my voice. I just like talking. Like I have.
You like having conversations with people.
No, I just have a lot to say because my brain
is
working
so
at like.
Funny to me. I don't know why. Like I just love the fact that you just have so much going on in your head that you just want to talk to everyone.
I have like 60 different conversations I'm having at least 2 minutes at a time.
Oh, okay. So this is like such a random thing that I learned the other week. How many thoughts do you feel an average human has a day? Right?
More than like 1,000.
Oh, okay. Is that your guess? Is that your final guess?
No, I mean that's just like a guesstimation.
The average human being. Yeah, the average human being. How many thoughts do you think that they have a day? You're gonna be shook, dude.
I'm gonna be shook if it's like a small number.
It's not.
If it's like okay. I'm gonna go with like 1,000,006.
Okay, that's just ridiculous. Maybe that's you.
That's probably how I was gonna say. I was like, that's probably how many I have. But like.
Oh my god. Okay, so it's between 60,000 and 90,000.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
1,000,006.
Why is it 1,000,006?
Why not?
Also, that's how many thoughts you have. I said the average human.
Probably. I'm an outlier.
This podcast was made so people can see how badly you insult me in every conversation we have.
How terrible of a human I am.
That is why we made this podcast.
That's why you made this podcast.
That is the purpose. Is so that I have proof of
that I am a terrible human.
Being mean to me. Yeah, we talked about that at one of our Bible talks. And I got $5 because I guessed right.
Oh, I thought you were talking about how terrible it was to you.
Yeah, that was what I was talking about.
I was like, oh, you guys talking about me? Fun.
No!
That's why I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
So Josh Begg just came in and said, all right, guys, how badly do you think Albert verbally attacks Ariella on a daily basis? And I said, 24
said,
hours a day.
24 hours a day.
7
And then
days a
someone
week.
else was like, yes, bingo. And, like,
And I got Venmoed $5 for that.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Like, if somebody asked me and they were like, so, what is one word to describe your relationship with Albert?
Hilarious.
I
Amazing.
have so many words, and hilarious isn't even in my top 10.
That's terrifying.
No, it's realistic. Okay. I would say, okay, yeah, no. Here's what we're gonna do. You get 5 words to describe me, and I get 5 words to describe you.
Okay.
I was downstairs eating dinner with my dad. I was like, I have, I can't say, like, the exact sentence because I feel like this person might listen to this. I was like, I am emotionally stable. And my dad just goes,
I love you.
And I was like, okay, fine, sometimes.
And then he bursted out laughing.
And he goes, he literally goes, certain days. And I was like, my father put me on blast at dinner. I was like, dude, really? All right, cool.
So you gotta say this right now in front of my friend?
Dude, what? Okay. No, it was in front of my mom. So my mom's probably over here like,
Your mom's like,
I raised an insane person.
That's accurate.
She knows.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, she should know. It's fine.
That's true.
I'm like, girl, you've had me for 27 years. At this point, if you don't know I'm crazy, get with it. Okay, I'm gonna do them as I think of them because I don't want to forget.
Okay.
Okay. You're very wise for your age.
Okay.
Shut up! Don't laugh.
Sorry.
I'm trying to be sincere. My God,
bad.
and I'm never
Okay,
sincere.
okay.
So like, let me have this, okay?
That's true. Okay, my bad.
You're very wise. You're very talented. You are very honest. You're very trustworthy and loyal.
Okay.
I feel like
I'll take that.
those are like my 5 words that came to mind. Cause like, if any of you know, okay, well they don't know anything about me, so it's fine. I have chronic anxiety and depression, and normally when things happen, I'll text Albert and be like, stuff's going down. And he'll immediately call me, even if it's like 11 o'clock at night. And he'll listen to me cry. But at the same time, like, even if something crazy is happening, he'll still tell me the truth, regardless if I want to hear it or not, because he knows I need to hear it. And eventually, it'll get through my thick head. So, yes, honest and loyal and trustworthy and wise and talented. Let's go!
I feel, now I'm blushing and embarrassed over here.
And then he's gonna say that I'm sarcastic, bratty, annoying.
Yes, definitely. I think, well, okay. So I think the first one I would say is sarcastic.
It's my first language. Thank you.
Just because that's like you know.
The
like,
definition of me.
It would be an insincere list if I didn't put sarcastic in the top 5. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm a sarcastic guy, but like,
I'm on another level.
Yeah, like
I feel like you get my sarcasm.
This is my
but like sometimes it's a lot.
That's true. I'd say sarcastic, hardworking, determined.
T.
I would say talented. Yes.
Oh, look at us. We're both talented.
Apparently to each other, I guess.
Oh my god.
And then
better make it good.
I would say loving.
Aww.
I would say loving. Like, the people that you choose to love, you love hard.
For sure.
And yeah, that's like a big thing. I feel like there's a lot of people who are just like, oh, I love everybody, and then they get really tired because they're trying to love like everyone.
I used to be like
and
that.
Then, yeah, but I feel like recently you've just been more like,
I pick my people.
Yeah, you're like I like that one, so I'm gonna help that one. I'm gonna beef at that one, and then for the most part they respond in equal way, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that for us. Oh my god. It's cool to hear somebody else's perspective of you in a way. But I'm not a huge compliment person, and I feel like, especially because we're best friends, I feel like it's weirder.
Yeah.
If it was a stranger or somebody that's only known me for like 5 days, I feel like their opinion of me would be so crazy. They'd be like, "Oh my gosh."
I'd be like, yeah, they'd probably like overhype it. You know, like all this stuff.
It would be like because again, when you first meet somebody, you put your best foot forward. So like, they would think I'm like an angel from God. Like,
Yeah,
and
probably.
I would just sit here and be like, what angel you be talking to? Like,
Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad for you, and you're such a godsend." And then in my head, I'm like,
you're such a blessed
"Do
thing.
we
And I'm like, have
do
you
we
met
have a
God?
conversation?"
Like,
Yeah, I was like, "Do we have a conversation? Like,
have we met?
what on? I just woke up. What's going on?"
This is going to be the shortest podcast we've ever done. I
Yeah,
have to cut out all of this.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like it's just gonna be a bunch of like random conversations.
It's going to be us laughing the whole time.
Yeah, I feel like but again, like I feel like that's the purpose of this. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't think we're trying to take this too seriously.
I'm also not trying to like give nobody advice because we are totally qualified to talk, but like not at all.
Yeah, God gave us lips. That's the only reason we're qualified to talk.
This is true.
We are not qualified for any type of advice.
Which is so interesting because I feel like you are somebody that people go to for advice a lot. And when I'm doing well in life, I feel like people ask me for advice. I had to preface that.
When I'm in a good spot.
When I'm not struggling emotionally, I feel like people ask me for advice on stuff. Side note, if you don't know, me and Albert go to the same church. So we love Jesus. We're all about it.
That's accurate. We're Christians through and through.
Made Jesus as Lord of our life. We got baptized. We live. We try to live the best we can.
And odds are, like 90% of the audience that's going to be listening to this
they know
from the church, so they probably know that.
But like, also, if you know me at all, like I have a lot of people that don't go to church that follow me, so that's another thing.
That's true.
I don't even think you know this, but like the girls have a really hard time, like because we have to basically not talk to you guys, or else somebody thinks we like you. You see what I'm saying?
Church does have a weird culture about that stuff. That's
yeah,
true.
So she was saying, she's like, you seem to have like this under control thing where like you can be friends with brothers and like not have that insinuation behind your friendships. T?
I think it's also because like you talk to a lot of like brothers who are younger than you.
This is true.
Because, like not like in a weird way. Just like
I don't
you
purposefully.
just like joking. Yeah, like you just like hanging out with people, and then
and I
a lot of times it ends up being with like the younger crowd because you have like a young at heart.
I'm
type of
very
deal, so
young in my head. I feel like because I am very like outgoing in a sense, I feel like that a lot of younger people like talking to me because of that, and they like hanging out with me, which is why you started hanging out with me. Because you were like, dang, this girl's kind of fire. I'm gonna hang out with her.
I was like, she's a good storyteller.
She knows how to talk.
Yeah, but she can talk.
She knows how to talk like me.
I was like, man, I get so annoying sometimes, I guess.
Like,
I remember like going back to your ministry because, well, I grew up in the same ministry as Ari, and but like going back to the ministry, and then I would talk to people, and then like some of the older people would come up and they're like, "Oh, so who'd you come back for?"
Right?
Like, no,
you're like,
I came back
nobody.
to hang out with my friends.
Chill out.
I mean,
me.
But...
There was a point though, and I will say this, like this was so funny to me. I went to another ministry, and I went for that reason. Like I went because I wanted to see somebody. And this person that I'm not close to, I was with another sister and we were just hanging out, and the person that I went to go see was like, we're gonna go eat, you guys should come. And I was like, yes, we should.
Let's do it.
And so I was like super excited because they invited me to come to eat and stuff and hang out. And I was like, oh my gosh. And me and her were like talking about it. She's like, oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. And I was like, don't do that because then it goes to my head. And so... You know, and then
that is true.
And then we were about to leave, and this brother literally called me out so hard. He goes, "Hey Ari, who you here to see?" I wanted to hit him so hard. I was like, "Do you want a black eye?" Like, oh my God.
Nice.
And here's a problem with that though. Me and him weren't really close, so like we weren't friends. Like if you had said it, I would have just laughed. You know what I mean? But like,
Probably
I
one
feel
day.
like there's a whole entire podcast that we could talk about what's happened to me in my life.
I feel like that's gonna be a really weird podcast
It's gonna
because
be
people are gonna
super
be like,
uncomfy. But I
"Why are you
also
guys
feel
talking?"
like
It's gonna be
people.
like way down the road though.
Oh, for sure.
'Cause it's like,
We're not
okay,
doing that in the first 12.
yeah,
Like, we're gonna wait a while for that.
oh yeah,
Mind you, this is why we're friends, because we're both very, like, okay, at least I'm this way. I don't think you are. Like, I'm, like, extremely emotionally, like, led, but but I pretend that I'm not.
I feel like I can be that way sometimes.
Like, I don't want to be.
Yeah, like in moments of pride.
Yeah, so I'm
I feel
like,
I'll be
I
very
don't.
much like.
I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, like, I don't care, but I'm like, no,
But like,
that's not true. I do care.
Deep down am like struggling. Sometimes I don't feel worthy of like even God loving me. And so I thought that, okay, again, if I can get this person who it might be easier for me to get them to love me, maybe I can at least at some point be worthy of God's love.
That's true.
So
that's wrong.
It's
but
very
true.
wrong. But that was my head. Like, that was my insecurity, was that, like, I needed to earn my worth. And so that was something that, like, I still struggle with. Oh my gosh, guys, Albert makes music.
That is. I guess that's where we're ending. Yeah.
And then he's gonna be like,
yeah, it's a little hobby of mine.
And he's so good at it, guys.
Sure. Yeah, it's a little hobby of mine that I have. I can channel all that frustration into musical notes. Yeah, because it's easier to do that than sometimes to talk to God. So so it's like I'll pray. I'll have a great time praying, and it impacts me a lot. But like having a good just a music session where I'm pouring out my feelings into the music because I know that that's a form of worship and I'm handing it up to Him.
Look at you.
Yeah.
You doing music is so much more spiritual than me doing music.
That's not true. I feel like music's an escape for you, where you can actually just sit down and decipher your feelings through the chords, through the notes.
I write music. You do music. We're kind of just musically inclined, I guess.
Sometimes.
It depends on the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling Pulig, I was like, you can tell how I was feeling when I wrote this song based on what the song is about.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started playing a few for her, and she was like, "Is this about this person?" She's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so good at this game." It's like.
This isn't a game.
Not a game, this is my life.
I knew you were going to say that.
This is my life. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like this is something we've talked about. I, for some reason, attract crazy people. Because I'm crazy. Yeah.
You're right so far.
Okay, no, I'm saying correct me if I'm wrong, and you can agree with me.
That's what I was like, yeah. I was like,
yes.
Yeah, you're
so,
not wrong.
There's a lot of things like that, again, I feel like have only happened to me. And I don't know how I feel about it. Because I feel like, you know how everyone says, like, I feel like I'm just alone and, like, nobody understands me. I feel like that all the time. But I'm actually accurate. Like, nobody gets it.
I didn't say that.
So, think about that in the sense that I'm the only one that has happened to. And so I get to, like, walk around and live my life by myself. Just with this stupid thing that happened. And this is the thing that's crazy, is, like, all of the stupid stuff that's happened in my life has happened to me. Not like I have happened to it, like, it's happened to me. Does that make sense? Like, I didn't choose for all of these things to happen. Like, yes, obviously, like, this last one was not my fault in any sense. So, it's, like, cool. But think about, like, look at how, in a sense, emotionally unstable I am.
I wouldn't even say that.
Okay, wait. I haven't even given you my
okay.
example
Oh,
yet.
okay.
He's like, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, you will in about 40 seconds. So, like...
Are we still recording this? I don't know if we want to add this.
We don't have to. You can literally tell
Okay.
me what you want me to cut out. It's fine. So,
Yeah, I was like, I don't think we should talk about that yet.
emotionally unstable, me being crazy and should be locked away in an insane asylum? Yes.
I feel like it should be like in episode 15. Like after we've well
if we
established.
make it to episode 15. This has been fun.
Yeah, it's been super fun.
I don't know if fun is the actual word I would have used, but that was the one that came to my head.
I think
this has been conventionally unstable.
Conventionally unstable, unique, and
it's
disappointing in different ways.
It's what it is.
If you guys stick around,
or don't, that's fine.
Good luck.
We're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
so
even if we're the only listeners,
I feel okay about it. Like
I feel good about this. I
feel like what's gonna happen is this is gonna be our way to like vent.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like,
they're gonna be like, I get that.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, yeah, that makes sense. Or they're gonna be like, what?
Or they're gonna be like, we are all over the place.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be a little mix of both.
Yeah. So you guys can find us on Instagram. We're also gonna be on YouTube and SoundCloud, and eventually Spotify. But I will put our Instagram handles on the screen so that if you want to follow us, you can. We're gonna go and actually have a normal conversation now.
Yeah.
But
we didn't talk enough.
We didn't. But it's fine. You're just the talent.
I'm just the face. I'm the eye candy.
You're the pretty face.
Like, you will be highly disappointed. I am so sorry, sisters.
Or random people. Who knows?
Also true.
So this has been fun.
We're going to record on Thursdays.
Do we feel like Monday is a good day or Sunday?
I feel like Monday's a really good day.
Okay.
Because then, those are the days that a lot of people are tired.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, yeah, I want to listen to some weird people.
So I feel like Mondays at 9 a.m. I feel like is good because I can do that.
Great. I won't even be up for when we publish our stuff. We just thank you guys for coming. Thank you for being here. This is a little project that we've been working on, and we love it. We love doing it. We love sitting here and just having fun. I feel like one day we'll be able to sit in a room and do this with like cups of coffee, but I won't be drinking coffee. Yeah, we're just really
we're excited,
grateful, and we're excited. Thank you.
All right.
Cool.